Maybe Oscar comes back and joins Boston.
Oh, where is that going?
Oh, buy our
Subscribe,
merch.
subscribe, subscribe.
Subscribe, buy our shirts.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm open.
I'm
Open.
I'm
I'm
open.
open.
Welcome to part two. We're gonna do takes now.
We're so back. Oh my
Dude,
god.
We're
Oh
back.
never
yeah,
left.
it's
Never
like we
left.
never left.
Let's fucking go.
It is.
Never
It is a
left.
little bit like we never left.
Really.
Almost.
You guys wanna write some takes on the take chart?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Pop that chart up here.
Give me a
Um,
moment.
I don't really remember many of the takes, but I do remember me saying that DC is not going to win the chip last year, which at the time was like they just signed like a bunch of people, and it was like, oh my god, DC, blah blah, and I was like, nah, and I think I was
Yeah.
right. I don't remember how good my other ones were, but didn't Ryan have a crazy one about like Boston winning the East or something?
I said Did I say they were going to win the East? I think that I just said they were going to make the playoffs.
I
Which
think
Okay.
you said. I think
Let
you
me
just either said win the East or championship weekend.
Maybe you said championship weekend. That was yeah, that was
let me
And we
crazy.
gave
they
you
hit.
find
credit. We gave you credit for saying that they were going to make the playoffs, and we're just ignoring that your take was half wrong because you were right about the way more impressive. Well, I guess less impressive, but still an impressive take.
Well, I'll make another people pleaser. I think Boston's making the playoffs.
wait,
Which
yeah,
Boston,
let me real
Boston
quick
is a
see.
little lit.
Yeah.
Boston's on a it's a cold take, but it's not a good take because I still think Philly, like with all the shit we give them, is a good team. And like Breeze and New York should be that top two. And now, honestly, schedules are really just going to be a huge factor on who gets that third spot. I feel like that's how it was last year. Like Philly played New York and Empire, or New York and Breeze like twice as much as Boston did. So, but
All right, wait.
I'm gonna ride the Jeff Babbitt train. Should I stop talking? What's going on?
Yeah, wait. I was gonna share last year's takes real quick.
Oh yeah.
Um, just to, refresh our memories of how we did. Here we go. So last year we have let me start with Joe's takes. Joe has Chicago misses playoffs, which was not true.
But they weren't that good.
They weren't that good. And we had that in People Pleaser, so I think we all agreed.
Yeah,
Um, no undefeated teams, which was also not
that was
true,
wrong.
but that's why it was in Visionary.
The fuck is that?
Matt
Oh, Matt Guccio.
Guccianis.
Yeah.
That did not end up happening, the negative receiving yards, but that's in part because of the rule changes, so maybe let that one slide. We had an idiot Toronto makes playoffs, which was
Close.
yeah. And then Sheeple Spicer back-to-back DPOY, which did not happen.
Who was our
Um,
DPOY?
I think we gave it to Randolph or Antoine.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot
I
who
don't
though.
remember. Probably also Antoine.
I
I
think
would hope
Antoine.
so. Anyway, Andrew's
Wait,
takes. DC gonna be disgusting was was your people pleaser take.
I thought I had one where they were gonna be like not that good or like miss championship weekend or something.
I think okay, so Ryan had DC wins title, and I think you probably remember like arguing against him for that take. But
Maybe.
I don't
Okay.
think it ever turned into like your own take.
Got you.
Um, then you also had Everett Shapiro leading the league in goals, which did not happen. You had Shred finishing last in the West as an idiot
That's
take.
well, that is an idiot take.
Yeah. Chicago winning the Central, which is also an idiot.
Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts so bad. They were so bad last year. Oh man.
um, I had in Visionary Cannons win the South. Um, in Idiot, I had Detroit wins a game, which they did
Idiot.
not. In Sheeple, I had Dallas last in the South, which I don't remember if they were,
They
honestly.
might. I forgot where it was, but I only know that Dallas and Houston only won
Yeah,
a
it
game
was
against each
one of
other.
them. And then Empire undefeated, which did happen, but that was in
Yeah.
cheapo for a reason. And then Ryan had Aviators win the West, Powell for MVP. Not quite, but good Aviators.
Yeah,
It's
not
close.
terrible
You
take.
could argue. I tried to make the argument Pavel for MVP, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't help me, but whatever.
Oh, check
Yeah.
this one out. In
Yeah,
Idiot, we have
that's a
Soul the
great
Championship Weekend.
Let's
That happened.
go.
That might be the
Ryan.
best one.
Ryan confirmed not idiot.
Yeah.
No.
And then your
Ryan
other
is
idiot take was
but sports confirmed are also idiots.
You're right.
Yeah. Your other idiot take was Boston in the East Final, which we put way down there, but they were
Oof.
one game
They're-
away.
They're one game away. Yeah.
Wasn't
I
horrible.
honestly, like, I'm as impressed as that, like being an idiot take and like having some merit to it as Soul the Championship Weekend.
Yeah, totally.
To be fair, I
Um,
think all my takes were worse than that. So
So with that in mind,
Let's get back into it.
why don't we go ahead and make some new ones?
Ooh.
All right. What was the take that I was saying before?
Something
Boston's a
about
little
Boston?
lit.
Oh, yeah, Boston's going back. Boston to in the Eastern Finals.
Oh,
Run it
all
back.
right.
I still think it's an idiot take. I don't know if we can put that anywhere as a cold or good take.
I
Okay.
think Boston could surprise. Well, okay, it's tough to say because on one hand, it's like they just got Jeff Babbitt. They're going to be better. So maybe on one hand, it's like maybe that's cold, but on the other hand, it's like Boston has not been very good. Like if they actually go out and do it, like they would have to like overcome some really good teams. So
Yeah, it's really just can they upset DC? Which like maybe they have Babbitt now. I don't think it's that bad of a take, and it's definitely hotter than cold.
Maybe
But
it's somewhere in Visionary and Idiot.
yeah, it's definitely in the lower half here.
Like maybe where your cursor
I
is. Or yeah.
I mean, I think it's still got to be idiot. Because if we're
Alright.
calling it visionary, doesn't that mean we're saying we think there's a
That
better
it's more
chance
likely
of
than
them
not,
making
right?
it? And
You think
yeah,
like here?
yeah, I think close. I think close to visionary. I think that's a solid take. And Ryan deserves as much credit as we can possibly give him for this one.
Yeah. Genius over here. Genius. Boom. If only they let me gamble.
Yeah, bring back the DraftKings.
Mhm.
Seriously.
All right, Joe, you want to go with one?
I'm gonna go with every team wins a game this year.
Oh,
That's such an idiot take.
I think it's the year. I think it's the
no
year.
way. There's no way.
That's just such an idiot take because we had two teams not win a game last year.
They're both gonna win one this year.
Wait,
and
what
every
was
other
this?
team.
What was the other one that
Then-
didn't win a
I'm
game?
pretty sure did the Nitro win?
I thought they did.
Did Montreal
Oh.
win?
I don't think
It
Montreal
was
won.
Montreal. Yeah, it was Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, don't let the Montreal Hive is coming for us.
No, Montreal wins a game.
All right.
Oh
Where
wait, are
where
you changing your
where an
take?
idiot are we putting
No,
this?
every team wins a game.
I'm gonna go either smack dab in the middle or like it can't be higher on the upper left side than smack dab in the middle of idiot because
Okay.
Visionary.
if it happens, that's like if the mechanics win, like that's just insane.
I'm gonna put it like here.
It's cool with me.
Fine.
Joe, if it happens, like next year we get to point at you and be like, we called you an idiot and you're a genius.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, this is gonna be it's gonna be a weird year. It's gonna be a weird year.
New discs.
New discs. I hear they're being made in Detroit, so that's a huge advantage for them.
All right, Andrew, what do you got?
Okay, I'm kind of teetering between two. Okay. I think where would we put Madison makes playoffs?
Oh,
Because KPS, is he coming back this year from his knee injury?
I would
And
assume so.
I think so.
Probably.
what everyone says is like they kind of have like a young core. You know, they weren't that great, but maybe you bank on some of the young guys getting more exposure in the league, getting a little bit better. Then you get the leader coming back, KPS. And then I don't know. I just don't think I think Chicago maybe got a little bit better with Joe White, but if they lost Ross Barker and if Goff isn't coming back, then and obviously they don't have Pavel, so I don't really know where Chicago's kind of net neutral. I think Indy's going to be fine. I don't know. I could see Madison like going on a little run, making the playoffs. I could see it
They
happening.
also
I
they
could-
also signed Lithio and they got Jeff Weiss back too.
Yes, yeah, and Lithia. That was the other
Chicago.
thing I was going to say. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just feel like they got a little bit better, and then maybe there's like some things that we can't really quantify right now that will kind of have them improve.
I think that's a pretty sheeple take. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen, so I put it on the bad side. But it's like the stakes are like not that high because last year they finished fourth in the division, so like it's not that hot of a take for them to go up one. Um,
Interesting.
So-
I was gonna go
No,
idiot.
no. They definitely ended up fifth in the division.
they were fifth. Who was fourth?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, fucking! I always forget Pittsburgh is like a competent team.
That's because
I'm gonna go idiot, but like closer to the middle. Like
Like right
Like-
under idiot, or oh, right there.
that. I don't know. I'd be open also to like that.
I don't
Let's
know how
go.
strongly I don't know how strongly I believe it, but I just tried to think of something like central related because I know we were talking a lot about the East.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like maybe I'm not behind it 1,000,000%, but like maybe it can make me look good later. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
I
guys think?
say I say split the difference of those two circles you made.
Okay.
Historically good franchise.
We're doing a lot of
But
idiot takes. I'm gonna come through with a non-idiot take for my next one.
I mean, is there a world where this is more visionary than idiot?
If it happens.
I guess.
You would have to convince me that there's a better chance to make the playoffs than like Indy.
Yeah.
Well, who's fighting for it? It's three teams.
I think Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Union,
I don't
Indy are like probably my top three.
I just don't see the Union were just so disappointing last year. Like, I don't know. They
Yeah.
got Joe White back,
That's
but
fair. But they still
don't
made
know.
it last year.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Radicals take a step forward and
Yeah, but how
You
can
know.
you be like the Union were so disappointing last year and not like the Radicals were so disappointing last year?
um, I think they're in different places as like franchises, maybe.
For
Like
sure.
like I don't know. And just like in my brief like time like watching them last year, I was kind of disappointed with how they looked. So I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. I think they were disappointing last year, but to a different extent. They were
Yeah.
like a disappointing playoff team versus like a disappointing Frisbee team.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's fair.
I have my take to go on here. I think I have one that won't be an idiot. I'm gonna go mostly because I want to see what we say about this. But I'm gonna say Ben Yacht for MVP.
I was literally thinking that.
I've got a
Mm.
different MVP take.
Okay, interesting.
But
I
let's
leave
go
it to you
stands
to
first.
judge where this should go.
I think that's a people pleaser. I mean, you're talking about a two-time former MVP, and the reigning two MVPs are either not on the best team or currently not planning to play. And specifically Ryan Osgar, the reason he won MVP is because his usage rate and stats were just undeniable. And if he's not playing half the season, I think there goes his MVP case. And Jeff Babbitt, he was getting all those stats on the best team. You know, the argument was best player on the best team. I think that kind of helps take that away. So as long as Ben Yacht is on the O line, I think it's an easy path to the MVP, which is why I would go people pleaser.
I'm gonna put my MVP take out there, and I think we should put both of them up. But I'm gonna say this is Curry's year to win it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
think Ryan, you pretty much summed up everything how I feel about like the Ben Yacht MVP case. I think it leans more. I guess I don't know about people pleaser, sheeple, you know, but I think it leans more cold just because he already has won it, and literally the past two MVPs just left. So then there's kind of a vacuum of like MVP-ness. And if Empire go and do Empire things again and Benyat has a good year, then he's going to be in the conversation. So
Yeah. I'm gonna say I totally think it's people pleaser also. Especially given like the game that Babbitt set out, the playoff game last year, he like set the record for receiving yards.
yeah, I think it leans good. I think it leans good, but maybe more on the colder side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's probably the favorite, like if they set betting odds. But with Joe's take also out there, I think that's also people pleaser. That's probably your second, like in the odds to win it. I guess the thinking there is like he could have won it last year, and now maybe the Empire like lose a game, so like the eyes turn somewhere else finally.
He was our offensive player of the year 2 years running now.
All right, let's see. All right, Benyat, should it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Honestly, right
6?
in the middle of the first four is what I was thinking.
There.
What do you guys think?
I think a little colder.
That's actually, I agree with that. I was just trying to make it. Yeah, that's where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
And then we can put Joe's take up there too.
All right. Kerr MVP. I would probably just put it, I guess, less good, just because I would assume he would be less
Yeah.
of a favorite, and then also less. I don't know. I would say more or less good than less cold.
Good.
So I think the slope on which I would put it is more like that, somewhere. Somewhere
Put
on,
it
on
put it
in
like
that
put
line.
it like under the E, the second E of pleaser.
Cool.
There.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Okay. This is an exact science here.
It is.
Does anyone else have an MVP?
I mean,
Oh, this would just so be Kerr's year. I he's been my vote the past 2 years, right? Like on our award show.
Yeah, you've been the Kerr holdout.
Yeah. I want to get some more West ones in.
Okay.
But I don't really know because like I want to look. I want to say Growlers. They've kind of all been like make the playoffs or whatever. I there's a world where like I think that the Growlers take a step forward. The Aviators, another year's passed. I think a lot of the cutters they rely on are aging a little bit or just I don't know, like they lost Ambrose. I'm a little nervous for the Aviators, and I feel like the Growlers are a little bit on the come up. But as I say that out loud, like the Aviators were like they were exceeded expectations last year, and I feel like they're coming into this season being like, let's fucking go, let's be even better. And the Growlers are like don't really have the framework yet, maybe to like, you know, and then the Spiders are there, and the Spiders had some surprising games last year too. So I don't
Yeah.
really know. I don't really know what to think. Like, I think it's just kind of a bloodbath, and I don't really know what I believe either. Um, like it's
I've got to
just
take
go for it.
Do it.
Travis Dunn as the offensive player of the year.
I like that because I think those awards are so narrative based, and
Like
I see the Growlers taking a step forward and him being a big part of that.
And
So
I don't know where I would put, like, I don't think this is a people pleaser because there's just, it'd be hard for him to, pass the stats that Kerr has. But I could see Travis Dunn putting up ridiculous numbers and the team sucking, and it's just going to be undeniable. So
Is this an award that the ADL gives out, or is this something only we give out?
that is true. There could be a steeple that actually, I don't know. Did they have an offensive player?
I don't remember.
do they? Okay, I'll put it. If they don't, do they have an? Do they announce the runner ups? Because then the MVP, you could say MVP runner up, because that's usually
No,
like
can
who
we
we
can we
give
have it
the.
be ours and then hopefully we just forget about this and I'm not influencing my take because like I'm not
I
gonna
think odds are good. We'll forget.
Yeah, we forgot last year, so
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's kind of visionary,
I'm
but
fine with that.
like this part of visionary,
Cool.
yeah, I can live with that.
because it's not stupid, but it's definitely hot. It's not like it's not like outright stupid,
Yeah, like
Like
there's like
Travis
two
Dunn's
Yeah.
games.
really good.
There's
Yeah.
two games he's had that if he did those stats every game, it'd be undeniable, but he didn't do that every time. Like there was one game where he just like fantasy wise like carried a team to a victory, you know? So he's capable of doing it. So I agree with the visionary take of it.
All right.
I do want to get more like South Division takes thrown in here, but I do have one. Just like where do you guys think that Empire undefeated season goes?
People pleaser.
Yeah.
Do you think, because I think there's a world for that being like kind of a sheeple take because they got worse and other teams in their division got better.
If it is sheeple,
And
it's like, somewhere in this.
maybe it's in the middle
I'm
It's like
down. I'm down to add that into the sheeple. I'm down.
because it's like, oh yeah, Empire undefeated. Of course they're gonna go undefeated because of the Empire. But
yeah,
like
that's just like you haven't thought about the changes. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
they can still like win the championship and like lose a game. Like going undefeated is insane. We've gotten so like
So used to it for
Yeah.
sure.
numb
Yeah.
to it that they
Maybe Osgar comes back and joins Boston.
can.
Oh, where is that going?
That's visionary.
Like I could see I love that.
Clip it. Clip it. That's our that's our thumbnail right there.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. But yeah, Empire undefeated. I do want to put this somewhere.
Maybe it's like, yeah, like on the higher end of like more towards the good than the bad because they are still so good, but like
I could see it like somewhere
year in, year out. But
up
like
like
also,
here.
but are people
Because
really saying that? Because maybe now people are just saying, oh, Empire are washed now because they lost Babbitt and Oscar. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's
I
not.
feel like it would still be like pretty popular of a thing to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I would put it where this line is, but let me know if you would go like lower or left or right somewhere.
Yeah, I can live with that. My thing is like with these takes, I don't know if I believe in them, but I'm curious to see where they land on the
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
in the
that's half the
spectrum.
fun of it. Just throw it out there.
I could see them dropping it. They could still be the best team in the league, and like they could lose a road game to like Boston or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe.
All right. What about um let me get another take on here. Let's say we don't have a lot of South stuff. Do we have any South stuff?
No.
Um Carolina undefeated.
I think that leans more hot just
Or
because
let me
but
amend.
good.
Let me amend. Carolina undefeated regular season.
That qual that qualifier like changes things for sure.
That to me, that's under Travis Dunn OPOY. Like it's hot. It's like it's not a good take. I don't know if it's idiot though.
Let me amend again. I want to say Carolina undefeated up until championship weekend is what I meant.
Okay, I like that take. I like that
Ooh. So
take.
They got the DC Philly combo in
Mhm.
their lineup. Let me see if they're playing Empire again. I don't
that
think
makes
so.
They're not.
that
They're not.
the DC Philly games make that much more hot of a take.
Are they home games
Um
this time though?
Possibly. They did play DC at home last year. And then
Yeah, but
they beat DC on the road.
they did the DC
DC
Philly road trip.
DC Road, Phoenix 2 weeks later at home.
Okay.
Phoenix is not winning
One
that
week
game.
later. 1 week
Yeah,
later.
Phoenix is not going to win.
Oh,
that.
they've got the DC Pittsburgh road trip, and then they have Philly the next
Wow.
week at home. That is bizarre.
Huh.
I could see
Anyway,
that they fucking won at DC last time, but that's also mainly because of Joe White. So they don't have Joe White anymore. I think
and then
that's
did
hot.
they lose at home against DC?
They did, but it was the first game of the season, so you know.
To me, it's either visionary or idiot is what I'm leaning. Like kind of like below Boston to East Finals, maybe a little bit to the left.
So what was it, Sam? They go undefeated until the championship game.
yeah, they go into championship weekend undefeated.
Give me
Mm.
visionary. Give me visionary.
I
Give me
like
visionary.
visionary.
I have them playing better. I feel like last year was kind of the first year that Carolina like really came down to earth, and I feel
Mhm.
like they're gonna not want that to happen again, you
Isn't
know?
Yeah.
AD hurt though?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was hurt from a lot of last year too,
On the
though, wasn't
pod, he
he?
said
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's
he's gonna hope to come back at some point.
Mm,
okay. I think he was not on their original roster.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like them not expecting him to come back for a while or they didn't think about
Yeah.
if it
Maybe
was
he
just
tore his
like their opening
Achilles.
day roster, then it wouldn't have any impact. I don't know.
the thing with Carolina is that which makes me think want to put this more in visionary is that like they just have such a crazy pipeline of amazing players that like last year like Matt McKnight like barely played and he could like play
Yeah.
more games and like completely change the outlook of
Mhm.
that team, you know. And like there's probably like five other players that are like that have won championships with Dark Side that haven't really played that
Yeah.
much UFA, but like maybe one player will kind of decide to do it this year, and then that like
Yeah, it's like
complete,
which dark side
yeah,
players are graduating this year and like
yeah,
don't have plans yet and want to stick around.
yeah. Like you just, I don't know, like they just have like guys lying around that can just kind of plug in and make them a really fucking good team. So I don't know. I would never count them out, and I feel like last year was still a really good year for them, and it felt like a down year, you know.
So we're
Um,
Mhm.
talking about going undefeated. Ailey, you're saying that's a good take, like more likely than Travis Dunn OPOI. Because if
It's
so,
hard to do
I'm
because the
gonna-
Soul also are good. So and they have to play the Soul and the Hustle. I don't think the Hustle
Hustle is
got.
good. I don't want to take away from the Hustle. That's why I think it's somewhere between Travis and Boston.
Oh, I mean, I agree with
I
that.
think
I think it's in
I
the
think it's
middle.
more likely in Travis personally.
Yeah.
I think there's like a very high likelihood that Travis has an amazing season on a mediocre team and like he has a case for it, but I still don't think he's like super likely to be the second best player in the league.
So should we put this take kind of like smack dab in the middle of Visionary?
I think it's I think the Travis Dunn is more likely than an undefeated Flyers.
I'm gonna go 1.
Really? I'm like 3.
Should we just go 2? Does
Yeah,
that work for
Sure.
you, Joe?
that works for me. I'm not
To be
advocating.
honest, this cold hot ranking and good bad, I can't wrap my brain around it because in my head I'm like, all right, good, bad. Good is like most likely to happen. Bad's like it's just not gonna happen. And then I'm like, all right, cold hot. Hot's like it's not gonna happen, and cold's like it's gonna happen. And I'm like, what the fuck is the difference?
Just how
The beauty
original
of
the
it.
idea is.
Is cold and hot?
Yeah, like a hot take is something that nobody but you thinks. A cold take is a very popular opinion.
Got it, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, Ryan. I'm in a spin cycle.
Makes sense, makes sense.
It is hard because it's like, what do you think? And then what do you think people think?
Yeah.
That's why yeah, that's why like I didn't really know where to put the Empire one because I'm like I don't know what people think, you know.
Yeah, it's really just our judgment of
All right,
what
yeah.
we think what we think the vibe is.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to take, and I'm gonna get backlash for it, but I have reasons for it. Colorado Summit are not making the playoffs.
No way,
I was
bro.
also thinking that one.
No way.
I would love to hear
That's
the
hot.
evidence.
That's a very hot take.
So what I learned last year is the Shred have done some Mormon magic where they figured out the UFA offense. Like they're just really good at it.
The
And
Shredder good.
they figured it out on defense too. So when they get a turn, they're just good. Aviators are rising, man. Like Aviators have shown that they can beat the Summit, like at home in Colorado. Now the Aviators only play the Summit one time, and it's the last game of the season. I think that game is gonna be really important. My biggest fear for the Summit is that they have. Let me look at this because I just held. Well, whatever. They've got like 4 like road games in a row. They go to Minnesota. They're just like traveling a bunch. And they're just playing a ton of like out of division games where they play Indy, they play Atlanta, they play Minnesota. And I'm just worried that they drop a game to Minnesota because like even though they beat Minnesota pretty badly last year, then Minnesota looked pretty good down the stretch, especially against Salt Lake. So I think that could have been just like Minnesota on the road. So now Colorado's going to Minnesota. I can see Minnesota kind of giving it back to them. Atlanta's a good team. Like I see Atlanta just beating Colorado. And then Indy, I mean, in my hearts of hearts, that's a tough one because I'm an Indy fan and a Summit fan. I just don't think Indy's going to beat Colorado, but they could. They could put up a fight. And if Colorado just drops a game to the Aviators, drops a game to the Spiders again, like that's like 5 or 6 losses. They're not making the playoffs with 5 or 6 losses. That's my take.
I think that's very, very hot, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it's that bad because I was also thinking of saying it.
I think you're definitely hot there because I think the majority of people just assume, you pencil in Colorado to at least be in the playoffs, if not win the division.
They went undefeated in the regular season 2 years ago. Like
Yeah, I mean, and then you think, okay, they lost Cody Spicer, but you get Chance Cochran, like
True.
like I'm serious, like that's like a net neutral. If anything, yeah, it's
A
like
I
positive
think Cody
game.
Spicer's better than Chance Cochran. Is my take.
well, I don't know. I think what Chance did on those Bravo teams, was really sick. And like I think last year there was also like, oh, there were some doubts about like I think Nethercutt missed some games. And then Quinn Finer like stepped into the role of like kind of running the offense like really nicely. Like I think Quinn Finer had some really great games. I think Atkins, I guess, you would have liked to see a little bit more when he had to kind of step into a handler role, but I don't know. Like, I think that takes hot because like I definitely pencil in the Summit. Like, I think all the other teams in that division have question marks, and the Summit.
The Shred.
Okay, other than the Shred, like the Shred and the Summit are the two that are like rock solid. Like those are going to be in the playoffs, and then everything, and the question mark teams will fill out the third spot. Um, that's how I feel. They did take a step back last year, and it does sound like they have a hard schedule, so that is a good point. But it's hard. It's hard for me to see them not making the playoffs. So I think that's like a crazy hot take. But I don't know. We're definitely in the visionary or idiot. It's just which one.
I'm liking all the evidence everybody has suggested so far for this one.
I love
I'm
it.
just I'm gonna take a step back and just let you guys figure this one out because I agree with everybody so far.
Okay. I would put it here. My pencil's not working.
I was like, where?
I don't know why it's not working. I would put it like idiot, like there. But I also hesitate to put Ryan's takes in idiot because that has bit us in the past. Maybe we should just put it visionary.
Whoa! You got if you think it's an idiot take, you got to give me credit down the line.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but maybe we learned something.
I feel like we only look bad if we put it in visionary, because I don't think it's gonna happen. And
That is true. We look worse if we call it visionary and it doesn't happen than we put it in idiot and it does happen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Do you want
saying.
to play it safe and
That is a good point. Yeah.
all right, I'll put Summit miss layoffs. Okay.
We need more sheeple.
Yeah.
We do need more sheeple takes. All right, let me throw out a boring take. Oh, it's got to be boring and dumb. Interesting. That does make it hard.
Sheeples are tough.
Yeah. Something a lot of people think that is not right.
Something Philly related. Philly's gonna
Philly
beat Empire.
Philly's gonna blame all of their losses on the new disc.
That's a good take.
That's a sheeple take. Because it probably won't happen, but I could see people thinking Philly could. I like it. I put it up there.
Yeah, fair point.
Or just like at some point there's a tweet about the new disc,
Philly tweets a complaint about the new
blames
disc.
I'm
gonna put that right
a
here.
loss or complains about the new disc.
But that means that we think by putting it in sheeple, that means we think that that's not going to happen, and I feel like that 100% could happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That makes it like a good.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That Philly complains about the disc on Twitter.
Yeah.
Philly blames a loss on the disc.
I mean, by putting this in sheeple, that's giving Philly a lot of benefit, a lot of credit.
But that's also like
maybe everyone's mad at them, and so they probably won't do that, and everyone's mad at them, and everyone thinks so. Maybe I'm being the sheeple right now.
I bet Steve Hall is like, do not say anything bad about the discs.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cold take because Philly could fucking say anything. they've just got somebody on their Twitter who's
I'm gonna
just
put it
like,
here.
It is cold.
oh, the
It is
disc
cold.
flies out of bounds right when it should, like the old disc should have hooked left there or something.
I'm gonna put Philly tweets
Philly tweets.
complaint about new disc. All right.
I think I gotta be done with takes. Oh, I got one in each of the categories. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I only
There you
have
go.
two. I only have two on the
I only
board.
have two
Yeah,
also.
I got
All
4.
right.
I gotta take a seat.
You and I need some more, Andrew.
I know. We have so much East Coast bias here.
Yeah,
We need
seriously.
some more South and Central.
Yeah, fuck the South and Central though. It's so boring. Like,
Yeah.
it straight up is.
All right, what about Dallas sweeps Houston?
That's hot.
I love it. I wrote I don't want to put it visionary because it's just who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Alright,
I totally
sheeple.
get that.
People put it like right in the middle.
It can't be sheeple because then it has to be a popular opinion, and I just don't think anybody thinks about those teams ever.
Yeah.
So is this just like an idiot take?
Maybe
Like, you're
it's
an
the
idiot
I don't
for
think
maybe
it's
thinking
it's
about
idiots.
those teams.
maybe it's the center, just the center of the
just the
board.
center.
I think it's a Dallas pleaser.
All right, I'll just throw it right in the middle.
I totally think it could happen. I think they're a better team.
Alright. Andy, you gotta think of some takes. I gotta think of some cold takes. I feel like all my takes are hot.
Man, I have so many takes. It's just crazy.
Trying to
Well,
think
one
of
of
one
yours is
like
Oscar joins Boston.
I love that take.
I mean, we don't really have one out there about the soul. I feel like we kind of like partied with those guys and
Yeah, throw Soul Take out there.
um
Soul's a little lit.
Soul's kind of lit and Sam kind of thinks, I mean, I also was kind of talking myself into like Carolina taking a step forward, but like I also really like Atlanta.
Mhm.
Let's do let's do Jake Radak suspensions over under Jake Radak will serve more than one half suspension.
Okay.
What do we think? Is that a sheeple take?
It's kind of a sheeple take on the like
Kind of
Radak
people pleaser
bandwagon.
too. Honestly, I might
But
be a
I feel like
people pleaser.
I feel like he's on thin ice because if he like throws an elbow, then I mean I feel like he's on
He might get a
Mhm.
game. He might get a
yeah.
game.
Like
I think that could be people pleaser.
Yeah, I
It-
might put it like up in this area.
Yeah.
some of those shitty like games where things get chippy, like against Dallas or Houston or
Mhm.
something. I could see him throwing an elbow.
Yeah,
I
but
could see
someone
that
would
too.
have to be watching that game to suspend him.
Yeah, that's true. People would actually have to care. That's true because the only reason he got suspended was because people were talking on Twitter about it after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Elu, now, if you're saying he's going to get over a half game suspension, you can just be watching all the games, create a fake Twitter account, get him
Yeah, there you
suspended
go.
so you get the
It's
take
true.
right.
I could game the system. That's true.
All right. Yeah, where do you guys want to put this?
I like where you had it.
I don't think it's
Okay.
that likely to be honest. Like
I know. I kind of think it's sheeple.
You want it like over here?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
we
cold
put-
because it happened already and people are like, yeah,
Mhm.
man, fuck.
Yeah,
fuck
it's not
Jake
that hot of
Radak.
a take. It's not original. I like where you circled
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Right.
None of my takes I like actually fully believe in.
I'll put it like here.
But I'm just trying to, playing the game a little bit. Maybe that's what I did last year because I was like cringed at those when I was reading them.
Greater than 0.5 games. All right. Ryan, you got one?
I hope this isn't a hot take because I have too many hots. Cam Brock leads the league in goals.
That's kind of people pleaser.
I mean, Jeff Babbitt's on Glory.
Maybe it leans sheeple, just because that's hard to do. You know?
He did it 2 years ago.
Yeah, I fucking believe in him too. I don't know. I think he could do it.
AD's hurt too.
True. Yeah, that might be a people pleaser.
Indoor stadium.
He is the all-time leader.
I think it's somewhere between
He's-
people and sheeple.
He's got the media, creating the storylines for him.
I mean, but this is all about stats though, not stories.
I think we have
Oh,
to.
Stories determine how people play.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lean cold because he's literally the league leader in goals and he's done it recently. So that's why it leans
Yeah.
cold. And then it leans more on the good side than bad
Mhm.
because I think it's entirely possible, but maybe more towards bad just to give respect to the fact that that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like he wasn't up there last year. Like I don't think he was top 5 or top 10 last year.
I think he was like top 20.
Yeah. So I'm okay with where we're putting it right on the line.
Okay.
I'm just glad not all my takes are hot, Gotta spread out the love.
And none of my takes are, well, I guess the radicals. I try to be hot with the radicals one.
I mean, Joe has the best take on the board, and it's not even close.
All right, let me throw one. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm gonna say, Minnesota returns to championship weekend. I
Okay.
guess wins Central.
I put that near the Cam Brock take. I don't know. I mean, I think it's gonna happen, and I think it's kind of cold. They just won it. Maybe it's a little to the left of the Cam Brock take.
I think Cats winning the Central would be also a similar discussion. But I think it'd be the other end of the spectrum. I think, well, okay, wait.
I mean,
I think it would-
Minnesota's, I think, currently the favorite in the Central.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's a
Cats win the
bold
Central
take.
would mirror whatever Minnesota wins the Central is,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like it would be like here and here kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
I think so.
All right, I'll just do that. Wind, chill, win, Central.
Central.
What color are you, Andrew? You're green.
Yeah.
Cats. Win. Central.
I like that that's in writing under my name. That makes me feel better
Mhm.
about the rest of my takes that I don't believe in.
All right,
Damn,
Joe, now
Andrew,
you can put
we
another
have
take
all
on
of
the
your
board.
takes on the bad side.
All right. I can live with that.
The odds are stacked against you.
Yeah.
Is that 4 each?
That's 4 each. Anyone have any burning takes to add? Otherwise, we can call it. Should we do like one last round?
One last quick spicy okay, wait.
I need a
You got
good take.
Wait, do you have a good take,
Throw some
Andy?
crazy shit out of your head right now. Just shout it out.
Lepler does not go a single game that he calls without calling it the AUDL.
That's kind of hot, honestly.
That's super hot.
I think it's also really bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
It's
idiot
like,
take because
here.
there's just no way at the end of the year when he's at championship weekend that he hasn't flushed it all out of his system. I think the take
that's
could be
fine.
more like Lepler. Like that's such an idiot take. Maybe it's like Lepler does it more than once or something. Because he's a fucking professional, man.
Well, he
Like
certainly does it more
Hey,
than once. He's gonna
the
do it
take is
like
the take.
15 times.
I don't think he's gonna do it 15 times.
You're right. He's gonna do it probably like 25 times. It's gonna be more than once per game.
Actually,
All
I'm
right,
just
all
gonna
right.
put it all the way in the corner.
Joe is painting the corners right now.
Lepler calls it the AUDL every game.
All right, I've got
I
to
kind of
take
love it.
Houston or Dallas beats a team that isn't Houston or Dallas.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's worse than my take.
That's really
Does
interesting.
like some shitty team from another division play on the road against
Oh,
either
I
of
have
them?
no fucking
I don't
idea.
I
I
don't
was
I don't
just
think so. I was looking at their schedules. I'm pretty sure they only play Central.
they're
So they don't
south.
get like they don't get like the Royal coming into town or
No.
I'm gonna put that also like right here.
So my thought is, maybe Austin or Atlanta or something brings their B team. I mean, their B team's still better than them. Like, let me make that clear. But maybe no, this is
I
not
could
gonna
see it.
happen.
I could see it.
I also love that on my regular Instagram when I type in Houston, the first thing that comes up is Havoc, and then the second thing is the Texans. Ooh,
Steve
Houston
Hall's
plays
dream.
Chicago in Houston.
Woof.
Whoa.
Oh, that's the game to watch, baby.
Oh man.
All right,
Chicago like doesn't
I'm
win
gonna
anything.
try to paint a corner here. I'm gonna say the Empire attend championship weekend.
Fuck out of here.
Did I do it?
Sheeple. I'm just kidding. That's
That's a good take.
yeah, that's a pretty people pleaser corner.
Yeah.
Where would we put Empire win it all?
Probably in a
Pretty
similar
close to
spot.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Oh my God.
All right, you got a good take in you somewhere, Andrew. I believe in you.
I think it's good. It's probably in people pleaser. I want something visionary. I want to have like
Yeah, we didn't have a ton of visionary here.
Oh, that makes
like
sense.
We're
we
dumb.
haven't thrown a DC take out there. I think a
Okay.
good DC take is like okay. I think DC is gonna lose in the game to go to championship weekend again.
Up.
Which I think is a good take,
People pleaser.
but
Yeah, I
that's
think
kind
that's
of people
like in the
pleaser.
middle of people pleaser.
I just feel
But
like
like
that.
the
I feel like
Empire
that's
just
just
got
saying.
worse.
But I feel like we just said Empire go to championship weekend was the most people pleaser,
Yeah,
and
yeah, you're
so
right.
we're just saying like DC is the second best team in the division.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
pretty
fine to
cold.
put that take up there. Like,
So what if I said they win? They DC attends championship weekend. That would kind of mean the Empire
Mhm.
doesn't attend championship weekend.
That could be
technically
visionary.
that would be idiot because it would just mirror
But it would be idiot again, yeah.
because
So
it shouldn't that
I don't
just
think it would
mirror.
necessarily mirror just
it kind
because
of would though. It kind of would because it's either or.
Actually, no, you're right because so 2
it's
years
like the
ago,
next most likely, you know?
yeah, 2 years ago, I mean that game was a jump ball
I
to
would say
me
it's
off.
definitely hot because that one is so popular, but I could see it being like, Empire winning
Yeah.
is
All right.
like
I just
here.
I
Why
don't
is
think it
that
can
not
be
hot?
that hot because DC didn't do that much to get better in the offseason. If anything, they got worse. So I don't think anyone's gonna be thinking like they're a lock for championship weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
that
that
means
makes
it
it
is.
hotter.
That means
that
it
means
is
it is
hot.
hot.
That means it's original.
But my take is that they're gonna lose.
Oh, I see. No,
Oh,
if your take was
Oh yeah.
they
Well,
were gonna
that
win,
take,
then it'd
yeah.
be hotter. Yeah.
If you're changing the take to they do make championship weekend, I think it's hot.
Well, make it more positive. I want to root for that. So let have that be my take.
All right. Yeah, because I think like Empire attending is like in terms of the good to bad scale, is like here, obviously. Then I would put like DC attending like here, and then like Boston attending like here,
Sure.
and then like everyone
Philly.
else over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, and then I think
And
it's
we think it's more hot
definitely more hot than cold.
if it's them making it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what I just changed it to be. So,
Yeah.
I like it. That's a
I
visionary
think
take.
I think it's hotter than Carolina being undefeated. I think more people would say the Carolina thing personally.
I think going undefeated is crazy though.
But also that was my opinion, so I could obviously see people thinking it.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I kind of
I
just
have it in like this line, somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, well, put it where you think is best. I've given my take and then changed it and it's out there. So
Give me your take and made it the opposite. And I don't know.
Let's
What do you guys
let's put
think?
it equally hot. Let's put it equally hot.
yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather like hope for something and then be wrong than like I'd rather not be like it will give me no joy to be right about them losing. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
about the take chart that I forgot about anyway, like
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. There's a take chart.
All right, wait. I got one final take.
let's go.
Mac Heck to the glory.
Wow.
That's pretty visionary. I feel like you know something that we don't know.
Nope. I just know that he's got Boston roots and he plays dig for club. So I'm like, if he's kind of like doing the Oscar where he's like, I don't really want to play AUDL,
And
but
then
like,
joining Boston.
I'll go join Boston when Boston's like looking pretty fire towards the end of the year.
That is exactly the Oscar.
So
Didn't he play for the the Mechanics one time?
he played one game for the Mechanics 2 years ago.
What a
Like,
weird
put up insane stats and then played Spiders last year.
All right.
Beautiful.
That's a take chart.
Love it.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
God, it's exhausting having so much brain power,
I like how we got it spread out by the end. We had a lot of
Mhm.
idiot. It's easy to make the idiot takes.
Yeah.
I think the natural axis is like people pleaser and idiot because that's like when your opinion is the consensus generally.
Mhm.
Because like if you have a bad take, you'll think it's hot, and if you have a good take, you'll think it's cold. But
Yeah.
it's hard to get into sheeple and visionary, so I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Amazing. I'm open.
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 We're back.
We're
Subscribe.
so back. Subscribe. Buy our
Oh,
shirts.
buy merch. Oh my
have merch.
god.
Oh shit!
I gotta re up on another hat.
Oh
I've
my
got
god.
3 right now.
Shop.beultimate.com.
No.
We should get on the shop.beultimate.com. How crazy if we had like a collab with them.
We got to get Ryan's Lines sponsored.
Shop.imopen.edu.
Who would sponsor Ryan's Lines? Should we just get the Empire to sponsor Ryan's Lines and
get
give us the Babbitt
FanDuel.
money?
Let's get FanDuel to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pit him against DraftKings.
I'll start emailing them. I'll be like, Ryan's Lines.
Yes.
Just
They'll
email
get it.
just Ryan's Lines.
They'll get
That's
it.
it.
They'll
Oh
know.
my god.
They'll know.
They'll know what it means.
They're just like,
Let's create a huge betting scandal in the UFA and make like a ton of money off of it.
Down. I'm open.
Yeah.
That
I'm
could be a
open.
hot take. Like, somebody gets banned for betting on Frisbee.
One of us is Everest's interpreter because he can't fucking talk like a normal person. And then we
Oh,
do
God.
insider trading.
We stole all
Bomb
50 of his dollars that he made this year to, to bet on the UFA.
careers.
I feel like we would lose all our bets anyway.
Can we bet the free tickets he'll give us?
Doesn't give a shit.
I'm open. We're sitting
I'm
back.
open. I'm open.